Hey, what's up, guys? It's been a while since I've done a solo episode, but I wanted to get one done mostly because I have no other episodes left to post, and I'm kind of trying to do something a little different with everybody, so it's going to take me a little bit. For the season finale of season one of Proto MS Defeat Depression, I'm definitely going to still create that. It's just been a little difficult with everything going on. Not so much that I don't have the resources to do it, but life kind of just got in the way. I had my cousin's birthday this weekend, and some friends wanted to hang out. And I think that at the end of the day, even though I'm doing a lot, I still want to make time for all the people that just want to hang out, or my close friends and stuff, because I think that's important as well, and the connections that I'm trying to make. So although still want to definitely do daily content after the season finale of Proto MS season one, I'm going to be taking a break from it. That's the whole reason why it's Proto MS. So it's just something to try out so I can see if it'll be something that I use in the future. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now. Um, so for this episode, welcome to the Jargon podcast. It's your host, RubenHood, and let's get right into it. So it's episode 18, and the number 18 has a lot of meanings for a lot of people and a lot of different cultures. For me, it's just episode 18. You can use the numbers or whatever you think it may mean in your own discretion. And I apologize for the music on the side. That's me on hold with financial aid. I got my classes set up, so I'm good with that. So I officially start classes tomorrow. Unfortunately, my financial aid situation is a little iffy, so I've been on hold with them for about two and a half hours, and it's completely understandable. I'm sure that they're talking to every single student who wants to make sure that everything's okay with their stuff, and no matter what, there's gonna be some procrastinators, and I'm definitely one of them. So there's to that, and so let's get right into it. The similar as the last one, I kind of just want to start talking about how I feel and how everything's been going. So it's been about, I want to say, 4 episodes since my last solo episode. So it's been about a month, and during this whole month, there's definitely been a lot of change for myself that I've experienced, and a lot of growth. And for a lot of people around me, I've been seeing the same thing. It's been great seeing everybody push forward and continue to, I guess, work with their goals and just kind of make things happen for themselves. Sorry for the low energy today. I don't know, I've just been feeling off lately, but I think it's okay because it is what it is. I still got to make sure that I'm out here promoting my message and letting everyone else know what's going on with me, because I think that at the end of the day, in order for me to be the person that I want to be in the future, I have to push ahead even when I'm not feeling okay, which is pretty obvious to everyone because that's what we're all doing all the time, right? And that's the whole thing about the depression. I don't know what people think when they see me hashtag defeat depression on everything, but defeat depression to me is about winning the everyday battle, the everyday struggle. It's not about winning for eternity. It's about winning right now. And that's kind of like how I grasp it and how I'm able to understand it for myself. Oh, that's why. For some reason, I thought that Richie's episode was before us. So I just want to thank Richie, Carlos, Charlene, Donald, and Milton for all showing up this month to the podcast and doing their little origin episode for themselves. And not just, it's not a little thing. It's a big thing for them. It's a big thing for all of us. I think that being honest and opening up to each other, especially people that you may not have known for a long time, or just taking a chance with somebody, which is what happened for a lot of them really, I think is great. I think it shows a lot of strength and a lot of courage on your end because you decided to open up to me and the rest of the world about how you feel and where you're at. Because I know all these people are extremely hardworking and are going to continue to work hard. At least I believe so. So I think that they're a great inspiration to a lot of people and to a lot of their own community, because this is what it's really all about too, uplifting each other and making sure that we're all feeling a lot better about things, even though they may not be okay. I know for myself, when I say defeat depression and when I hold that sign up every weekend, it's to bring awareness not just for myself but for others too, to keep on fighting and to at the same time, face yourself. I don't want to force anybody to do anything, and I don't think that facing yourself is something mandatory in order to become successful in life. You can run away forever, and maybe you'll run away into a opportunity. I just believe that if I'm going to be better, then I have to do that. and I have to push myself beyond my own limits and go 1000% all the time. I know it seems like I go a little extreme with a lot of things I do, but one, I'm having fun with it, and that's just like, that's my normal. This is how I normally do things, and that's just how it is. Everyone has a different type of normal, and I'm starting to realize that everyone kind of just, everyone is their own person, obviously, and I think we all know that without a doubt. But I still believe that we really are all the same people, just living different lives and have different circumstances and different upbringings and different origins. So I know that it's hard for me to understand that there are some things that I can do and some things that some other people can't do. And when I say that, I mean, obviously, I most likely will not get into the NBA. I'm about 5'7". I may have lost a lot of weight recently, but I'm still not at the weight or the physical ability right now necessary to join it. But I think I can play basketball. I'm pretty sure I can do that. And that's kind of like my own little message to everyone every time I do something, every time that I show them something. It's like, you don't have to be the best at it to do it. Just have fun with it. And that's the thing. I know a lot of people that, for instance, Charlene brought up in her episode about how you should always, or at least you should try to find people that inspire you and motivate you. And I agree with that 100%. And I also don't want to leave the people that are sad or are depressed or are feeling down on themselves behind. I don't want to leave anybody behind. And that's a problem that I have with myself, because anybody who's ever been anybody understands that we're all different, and some people just end up doing different things in life, and they don't end up at the same place that you're at. And I don't care about any of that, because what I want is for everyone to be their best self, just like I'm trying to be my best self. And whatever that means to you is whatever that means to you, but I'm going to keep pushing my message. And if it seems annoying or if it's too much, then it is what it is. I just appreciate you guys watching and appreciate you guys really taking the time to try to understand me as a person, because I want to understand others. It's why in the recent trailer you saw Russ, Ross, Alan, Nick, and Greg. As I was walking, they kind of saw me holding up the sign and they looked back a couple times, and they finally asked me and started talking to me like, am I with a news network or anything similar to that? And I said, no, this is just me. I'm just doing this for myself and for others. And they appreciated that, and then I put them in the trailer because they wanted to hold the sign up. And that's kind of like the whole thing about it, the initiative, being proactive about it. I didn't force them to do anything. I didn't tell them to hold the sign up. They wanted to. And then I asked them, like, do you want to do it? It's up to you. I think that the greatest thing that we all have that we may not realize is the choice. And that's the choice to make a decision for ourselves. And I think making a decision based on our own beliefs, not what someone else told us, or even with the added advice that people can give or what you've read online. But once you make that decision, I don't think people realize how empowering it is for the individual, because when you make a decision, whether it's big or small, it's something that you decided to do that isn't based on anybody else's preconceived notions, at least in the time. And it can be as small as choosing what you want to eat, or as big as picking the next place to live, or your new job, your new occupation. I think that a lot of these things encompass what it means when I say defeat depression, which is about taking this mental battle that we have within ourselves and pushing ourselves forward to be something great to ourselves, to see us in a positive light. And I'm still working all of that out within myself as well. I know I have a lot of issues, and I know what my problems are. And one of my biggest problems is that I just don't like myself. And that is what it is, though. It is what it is, and I'm working on it too. And whatever issues and whatever weaknesses that anybody else has, I hope that you're working on them too. And I hope that you continue to believe that you can be better and push forward, because that's what I do every day. I believe that I can be better. And I'll never really know if I'm making an impact on people. But I think that I'm making an impact on my own self, and that I really am changing. But I won't really know, until, because the thing about change is that it's so small and gradual that before you know it, things are just different. I just feel different now. I think that maybe the world is a little different too. I'm not really too sure. about the actual world, not my world, because at least from my perspective, I feel like things are a bit different. I think that people are acting differently. I see a lot more honest posts online. I'm not going to say positive or negative because that's, I think, up to the individual. There's a lot of layers to that. I just think that in order for us to win the fight together, we have to fight in general. And I know I sound militaristic when I say that, but that's the thing about all this. Like, nobody signed up for this. Nobody. None of us. We didn't sign up for this, but we're here. And so we make the decision to stay here, tough it out, and struggle. And through that struggle, there's an overwhelming sense of energy. I don't know what to call it. I don't know what you guys feel literally, but I know at least I'm starting to understand my own feelings. And I think that there's just energy in this process. And I think there's something that a lot of us are missing out on because we don't really take a look at what's right in front of us. And a lot of the things that I say may sound weird or they may not make sense to you. I just hope that eventually down the road they do, because we as people have the opportunity to become anything. And I know that sounds cliche and it sounds dumb and it doesn't even sound right because there's so many people and so many. This is how I see it. There are so many people that may be or had been smarter than Einstein. And they probably still are to this day. But that doesn't take away from Einstein's intelligence, brilliance, and the works that he created. And people even to this day continue to critique, reform, adjust, build his philosophies and his ideas, his theories. And there are people that are probably unknown with more knowledge than him in his own time. I think that's what it is in all of our times. So a lot of the stuff that you may hear from me, you may have heard a million other times. Well, this is the 1,000,001th time. Because I think that when it comes to motivation, which is something interesting that I talked about with Milton, because Milton kind of said that, which I believe is episode 17, the most recent one, if you want to check it out, is that Milton said that people have been lied to about motivation. And I think so too. But I also think that motivation is great and it's extremely important, because to me, motivation is when you're running and you're at your 11th mile and you were trying to only do 8, that there's a slight breeze that comes by. And that slight breeze may relieve you of some of the stress or the pressure that you're feeling. And that may alleviate you a little bit and bring you a bit closer to your goal. That's what I see as motivation. It's like an external feeling, presence, energy that uplifts you and brings you closer to your goal. And maybe that's exactly what he thinks. Maybe that's what everybody thinks, and motivation just is what it is. Self-motivation is also true too, it coming from within. I kind of consider that inspiration a little bit, because I think inspiration is anything that kind of builds up an energy within you, because it's like inception, but it's more immediate, because it gives you that spark instantaneously to kind of do something or feel like you can do something at least. And I talk about these concepts and these ideas to you because I don't think defeating depression is going to be one fell swoop, boop, done. I don't think that's possible. I think that's crazy. I don't want to defeat depression in one fell swoop. I want to defeat it every day. It may seem like that's a lot, and in a way it is. But I don't want to lose. And I want to see what I can do. So I'm going to continue going 1,000% all the time. Because I think 1,000% is my normal. And whatever happens, happens. But I'm not going to overthink and try to tell myself what is or what isn't. Because my mind does that enough. There's too many times throughout the day or when I'm doing things that I think to myself, why? Why are you doing this? Why are you pushing so hard? Why are you exerting so much? It's unnecessary. You'll get there. But that's the thing about the mind, is that it always, in the slightest ways, it tries to tell you things that make you feel better in the moment. But I know that if I want to get anywhere, that I have to go hard, that I have to go beyond, that I can't just settle at any moment for anything. When I hold that sign up out there, there's a lot of positivity that I get. But there's also that shadow, and it's a great shadow that sometimes overwhelms me. Because I walk, and some of the people that see the sign again for the second time, they're like, oh yeah, I appreciate it. You're doing a good job. That's what's up. Yeah. How are you feeling? All those things sprout up, and they start to envelop me. And then I start to hear things with, I already saw it. Why is he walking by again? This is getting weird. Oh, there he is again, man. It's the 4th time we've seen him. Why is he still here? Why am I still here? Well, that's easy. I'm bringing awareness. People look at it and they think it's positive, but I know deep down that these people feel a slight rage. Why are you making me look at myself? Why are you making me feel this way? Why are you bringing out the things that I'm pushing down? Why are you opening up my bottle? Who are you? Who are you to tell me how to feel right now? Who are you to make me face myself right now? Why should I go through this trial right now? Why do I have to challenge myself? Why can't I just live? Well, you can. You can just live. You can do whatever you want. But me? I'm going to show you exactly who you are without even saying anything. Because that's the thing about holding something up. That's the thing about standing for something. Is that when you stand for something, especially when you're silent, because I almost always don't say anything. I just smile, or I say, I hope you have a great day. How are you feeling? But other than that, I mostly don't say anything. Because the words, the message speaks for itself. So for a lot of them, they're kind of just thinking, why? But I also know that a little deeper down, they're saying, please continue. Do it. Do it for us. Do it for the people who have no one to fight for them. Do it for the people who have nobody for themselves to look up to stand up for them. Because I want to stand up for your inner self. I want to stand up for that weak part of you that is just so afraid of standing up and taking a look around that they'd rather keep their heads shoved into their knees to be in fetal position. I know. I know because I feel similar. Because in a lot of ways I've had to accept my weak self for what it is. And then punch that motherfucker in the face for holding me back for so long. But I still gotta be appreciative too. Because if it wasn't for him, then I never really know what I could be. And even now I'm still learning. Because that's the beautiful thing about life, is that every day is its own story, its own memory. And I know that you guys have a lot of memories. And that you guys have a lot of things you want to say and you want to do. So go do them. Fuck COVID. So many people talking about going on vacation. Ha! You don't gotta go anywhere to go on vacation. Just create one. People say that they're not creative. But creativity is all in the mind. And the mind is the most powerful thing we have. It's a tool, just like anything else. And when you sharpen that tool, and when you make it unbreakable, you can really see the things that you can create. For a lot of us, we think that it's just talent. But I absolutely think that it's hard work. Because talent is what it is, but if you don't grind every day, if you don't put your best foot forward, then even the people that think you have talent will find someone else worthy of their time, someone else that they want to spend hours with putting in that work, setting them up for success so that they can set them up for success. And that's my feelings. Because I'm starting here in what I would consider my hometown. I was born in New York, but I was raised here. I was raised in New York a little bit too for like 8-9 years, but I was really raised here in Florida. And I know that for my city, I want to uplift the people here, because if we can support each other, then how can we ever fail? It just doesn't sound possible to me. If we continue to bring each other up, support each other in the best ways, and really find that love and the opportunities that go with it, we can expand and we can become something so much more. And what that is I don't know, because we still have yet to see it. And I don't want to be the guy to assume. I don't want to assume anything like that. It's too much. It would be too selfish to assume the beauty of what the future can bring when it's a vision that encompasses all of us. I just don't think it's fair for me to even assume what it looked like. I'll just keep my expectations low so that I can see something great. And I hope you guys have a great day. I try to keep these episodes short now, the solo episodes, because at the end of the day, I really don't want this to be about me. I want this to be about the people. But a lot of times, our messages and our words can get a little confusing. But that's okay. Because one of these days, we'll all understand exactly what it means to be ourselves. So much love to everybody. And I hope you guys keep on fighting the good fight. Because I will too. Regardless of what I may say or what may happen. Just love yourself and love each other. And let's defeat depression. Woo! Let's get it! Jargon Podcast. It's your host, RubenHood. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.